and welcome to my Halo playthrough through all the campaigns. Chronological order, by the way. So we're going to be doing Reach, CE, 2, ODST, 3, 4. We aren't going to do 5. I'll probably overlay that with some Halo Infinite multiplayer, just because I'll go into depth of speaking it, kind of talking you through what exactly happens in 5 instead of showing it, just due to the fact that I don't currently have a game capture card, so I can't get that yet. Um, but that's okay, because I can still capture all of this wonderful footage of all the other games, and to be honest, you're really not missing out too much on Halo 5. But this is going to be the playthrough to Infinite, and then when Infinite drops, I will be planning on doing my first reactions and everything like that with Halo Infinite. We're going to see how that goes, because I feel like that is going to be an amazing adventure, and I hope to share it with many of you. I am your host, Nova Gaming. As you can see, my old gamer tag is up in the corner, my crappy one that has never changed. And I am joined here with my awesome and wonderful friend, Kyle. Kyle, go ahead and
Hello.
there we are. We are both lore nuts. That's just kind of how it is. We know pretty much everything that's kind of going on, but I am more than happy to explain what's going on during the time frame. When cutscenes show up, we will shut up, so we don't have to worry about us over talking over all that extra stuff. Unfortunately, I had to commit a serious, heinous crime for Halo, and that is turning down the music just due to copyright stuff and everything like that. But we still have all the wonderful, juicy gameplay to go through. Now, we are going to do these playthroughs through Heroic, just so it's a little bit difficult. That way, we're not just rushing through the missions and all that extra stuff. But other than that, Kyle, do you have anything to add into our lovely intro here before we begin our wondrous tour on Halo?
Nah, we're good.
All right. For the most part, we're just going to kind of run through it. And like I said, cutscenes, we're just going to be quiet. This isn't first reactions or anything like that. We have played these games quite thoroughly. We've got plenty of time into it, but I figure sharing the experiences with everybody up to Infinite's release and playing that on release. That one I will be doing solo. I won't have somebody with me just due to the fact that they don't have the co-op dropping right away. But I also figure, first reaction stuff should also be solo sometimes. So, other than that, we will start our adventure and see what we got. Warning: current playlist. That's okay. I don't really care. And we'll see how this goes.
We performing any skips, or do you want me to skip those?
We're not gonna do skips.
Okay.
Skips we're gonna keep out just so we can actually have the full gameplay. I wonder, can I? Oh, tragic. I might have to turn up that music again just so it's there a little bit so you can at least have some atmosphere because, well, there's some atmosphere. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to turn up that music just a tad just so you can get a little bit into it.
I love my helmet.
Yeah, your helmet's something freaking ridiculous, you know that? At least I'm running the Mark 6 helmet. I mean, come on. Mark 6 being the primary Master Chief helmet everybody knows, other than the Mark 5, which is CE's helmet. July 24th. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to turn up the music just a tad bit, just because it's so awkward without music. It's not okay. You gotta have that atmospheric music when you're playing a Halo playthrough. At this point, I probably just don't care about demonetization.
Contact with Visegrad Relay was lost last night. All signals flatlined at 2600 hours. I responded with trooper fire teams, which have since been declared MIA.
And now you're sending us.
The Office of Naval Intelligence believes deployment of a Spartan team is a gross misallocation of valuable resources. I disagree.
Commander,
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Anyone claim responsibility, sir?
Oni thinks it might be the local insurrection. 5 months ago, they pulled a similar job on Harmony. Hit a relay to take out our eyes and ears, then stole 2 freighters from dry dock. That cannot happen here. Reach is too damn important. I want that relay back online, Noble One.
Sir, consider it done.
Then I'll see you on the other side. Holland out.
Lieutenant,
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Cat, Noble 2, Meal and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6. Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing, I've seen your file, even the parts the Oni censors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear?
Got it, sir.
Welcome to Reach.
And we're going to have another cutscene right off the bat. Then we'll go into explaining some extra stuff.
Listen up, Noble Team. We're looking at a down relay outpost 50 clicks from Visegrad. We're gonna introduce ourselves to whoever took it out, and then Cat's gonna get it back online.
Get me under the hood, Commander.
Sir, why would rebels want to cut off Breach from the rest of the colonies?
You get a chance, maybe you can ask him, George.
Commander, we just lost our signal with HQ.
Backup channels?
Searching. Nada. Can't say what's jamming us.
You heard her. Dead zone confirmed. Command will not be keeping us company this trip.
I'm lonely already.
Shoot-down attempts are likely, so keep your distance.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
Reading a distress beacon.
Could be the missing troopers. Let's check it out. Put us down on the bluff.
So when it comes to their audio and their speaking, I'm going to try to be quiet so you guys can hear it as well.
June, I want your eyes on the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, Noble Team. Spread out. Watch the approach.
You just phased through that Falcon. Like, clean through
Yep.
the bottom of it. Your head just right through.
Distress beacon's coming from just south of you, Commander. We're close.
Oh, you actually want to listen to this?
Eyes peeled.
Yeah, you're alright.
Sector point 34 looks clear from this angle.
That's going to be the hardest part. I can't tell you the last time I actually ran this mission legit.
It's okay.
Right there.
This red object looks suspicious.
Found the beacon.
I found it first.
Make out any ID?
Negative, but it's military.
She caught it with her good
So
arm.
where are the troopers?
Why are we not seeing explosives residue?
Noble 3, can you confirm any EX residue in the area?
Negative, sir. Plasma, maybe.
Can't be. Not on Reach.
There's a lot of blood on the ground.
Aw, damn.
All right, Noble. Looks like there's nothing here. Let's move on.
Now, so the whole thing that's
Smoke
going...
the next structure, boss.
Circle west and check it out. Noble team, you have permission to engage, but be selective. We don't need to telegraph our presence.
That was just rude. They interrupted me.
These must die.
So the whole ordeal that is currently going on Reach. Reach is a separate colony planet. And correct me if I'm wrong at any point here, Kyle. Primarily, this is their largest army planet. And
Right behind you.
essentially, this has got like the most of the UNSCs.
in the structure ahead.
Yeah, this is a whole scene. I haven't done this in a long time. Normally, I run through this.
Move! On your knees, now! They're not rebels, they're farmers. Look at them.
Ask them what they're doing here.
Mitkrestekit. Hiding, sir. Neighbors were attacked last night. He heard screams. Gunfire. Stopped around sunrise. Says something in the fields killed his son.
Something.
Commander, be advised. I'm reading heat signatures in that structure directly east of your position. Over.
Copy that. Get them back inside.
Osman Tombepoli. Getting?
Noble team, double time it.
So this is during a portion of the Human Covenant War. That's why tension is always high. Earlier on in this mission, you heard Emil say something about it could be plasma, maybe, and George saying it can't be. You're on Reach. Plasma, obviously, being the primary type of weaponry for the Covenant and everything like that, which tends to be your enemy. You know, all the nice aliens that we like to slaughter constantly.
If you move forward, there's another cutscene.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting back for a second, just to kind of
Yeah, I know.
explain. This case scenario, it's just the intro to everything that's going on, which leads up to the whole, you know, Covenant being on Reach. Spoiler alert, sorry for those of you who haven't played this game, but it is fairly old. When it comes down to the lore and everything like that, I will try to describe things as best as I can, as if I'm just talking to you directly about it, and hopefully I don't botch it. We'll see. But, continuing.
Damn.
Fill me in, Commander. What are you seeing? Over.
We've got military casualties, 2 of the missing troopers. Looks like they were interrogated. It's messy. Moving. Watch your motion trackers.
What the hell was that?
June, you see anything?
Negative. Thermal's clean. Boss, I see movement outside your structure.
Noble 2, move up to the west. We're about to be flanked. Contact! Contact! They're headed into the basement. Move down to the lower level.
Alright, as you can see, this is the first engagement of Covenant. This is definitely where everything kind of starts to peak for this game, right off the bat, especially just kind of giving in the intro. Eventually, you'll kind of see, you know, the type of heat that this ends up creating for everybody else, and the type of tension that'll come between the situations we end up in and Noble Team itself. For those of you that haven't played this game, think of the Covenant as a super religious grouping that is kind of just hell-bent on annihilating the human race. That is basically their main goal at this point in time, from what the UNSC or humanity is aware of. Anything to add in there?
No.
Forgot how fast they can crack your shield.
Welcome to Heroic.
Yeah, but it's not legendary, so it just didn't expect it, you know?
Stand down, Noble. Stand down.
Contacts neutralized.
Contacts. It's the damn Covenant.
Cat, we gotta warn Holland. I need you at that relay outpost now.
Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east.
Copy that, June. We're on it. 6
Hey, new guy, take the lead.
Right?
No one likes you anyways. We're hoping you'll die.
We didn't want you a part of this team. But now that we've got another Spartan, you're expendable. Oh boy. Yeah, that happened. Did you die too? No, you're not dead.
No, I'm good.
They kind of hit like a truck. I kind of forgot about that. I was playing as if this was like normal.
Forgot there were 4 of them.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I got a noob combo these assholes. Oh yes, assassination is something you don't see in the rest of the games basically, except for 4. Reach was the one to initiate this, and by far, that's unfortunate.
Commander,
I feel like this game is definitely one of the more enjoyable when it comes down to like what you're doing in your surroundings and stuff like that. Obviously, playing as Master Chief is one of the best feelings ever, being the iconic hero that he is. There is a particular reason why he's driving and I'm not. It's because I'm garbage.
You're not allowed to drive.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, we're just gonna... Yeah. But, it's okay, because I'm a better shot than him anyway. Unless
You actually want to stop and clear this out, or?
This area, no, I don't really care to clear this out, because there's really no point. We'll just get to the marine point. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this game, for that fact, is when you are playing as Noble Six, you're playing as your own character, where you get your customization and it's implemented into the campaign. Don't get me wrong, Master Chief being the badass that he is, it's always great to play as Chief. But this being kind of the first time you get to customize your character in a Halo game, it was definitely something that caught a lot of people's attention, I would have to say. It definitely caught mine. Which made this experience just that much more personal, and the story kind of just driven a little bit more for me. I don't know if that's the same for you there, Kyle, but this this game definitely had a lot to it that brought more to the table than I was expecting. I remember back when it did drop, I was constantly like begging to try to get an Xbox 360 just to play this. Oh, you suck.
Corporal Travis, reach out. It's the Covenant.
We know, Corporal. Let's get you out.
There you go. There's a needle one.
Yeah, but there's not as much ammo as my pistol. Pistol I can still noob combo at least. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure pretty much anybody who would be actually watching this does know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Noob combo is plasma pistol and pistol. So you can crack elite shields like so, and then pop them in the head. Makes it a lot easier and a lot faster for killing. You can do the same thing in multiplayer a lot of the time. A lot of the time people don't tend to pick up plasma pistols in the first place, but we digress. As Kyle goes up and gets smacked, and I pop that. Kyle, what would, in like Halo Reach in general, what would you have to say is your favorite weapon throughout this game? Because I know they implemented a lot of different weapons, as you'll see throughout the playthroughs, or the missions that we play. But I figure I'd ask early on, just so that way when people do see it, you know, they kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, in this game, I think the best one I'm holding.
The DMR.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones in the games that I've experienced.
LZ is clear. Move in for
Honestly, I don't really mind weapons. I'll take whatever I can find, and usually can make them work pretty well, so.
That sounds about right. I know a lot of the weaponry in general in all of the Halo games, sure they don't have the biggest weapon pool from what I've had like experiences with, and some of my friends have said, you know, they wish that Halo itself had a bigger weapon pool. Personally, I don't really mind how many weapons there are in the game. I feel like they have a decent spread and that they do well with what they have. For me, and it's not like it's the greatest weapon, I just think it's one of the most badass weapons there is. It would be the Spartan laser. I love that weapon. It's broken when you can hit something. but if you don't hit anything, it's pretty freaking useless.
Yeah.
I just found it to be one of the better implementations. I don't think they're actually carrying that over into Infinite, unfortunately. From what I've seen, I haven't seen it in there yet.
I thought I heard a Spartan laser, but that doesn't mean they put it in.
I haven't seen it in the multiplayer. I know I've grinded out quite a bit of that already.
Yeah, like I said, I know they were originally talking about one, but that doesn't mean much.
Right.
A lot easier when you have a Hornet.
How we doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander.
So other weapons, for instance, I'm just going to kind of trade weapon here just to get it into there. So you can kind of get a gist of everything. Currently what I'm holding is a Needler. So the Needler itself is a Covenant weapon. It's kind of like an SMG, except the bullets in it can heat sink to the target, and when there's enough in the target, it super combines. Going like that. Small little explosion that goes off. Now, this weapon, throughout the games, has been definitely unique. A lot of them tend to be different. They don't always fire as fast or explode as quickly. This game, however, I feel like it is one of the better balanced ones, along with like Combat Evolved, so the first Halo. But otherwise, I mean, for the most part, I think the other type of Covenant weapons I'm not big on really using throughout playthroughs. I like to use human weapons. It's as crappy as they can be sometimes against Covenant, especially when you need a good old plasma pistol to break them shields. As I'm getting murdered. This is probably the fastest that they said they cracked the door, like, that I've heard.
Yeah, it's totally enemy based, so once you kill enough, you move on.
And I love how George is just sitting out there.
He'll join us in a second.
And if you didn't catch it in the beginning, during that first cutscene that we had, Cat is Noble 2, Emil Noble 3, Noble 1 is Carter, which is the big blue badass guy. George is Noble 5, he's the giant Spartan with a chain gun, who is currently not with us because he got stuck outside. Noble 4 is June, and he is the sniper. And then you got yours truly, which is us, Noble 6. I guess technically Kyle would be Noble 7, but we're just not going to go into that. And if you wonder why, it's because of his helmet.
I have a grenade.
I have a cutscene.
Where's the rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
Damn. Plasma damage.
Found something.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here. Come on. Archie, come. It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you.
George.
I got her. Keep still, and I'll release you.
What's the status? Over!
We've been engaged! Bad guy coming out!
The music in this part is actually flying.
Forget how long this first mission is.
Tango Group
Me
has
too.
permission to pursue.
Negative 4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
Alright. You can go ahead and continue. I am going to change the setting quick. So if you hadn't caught it already, for those of you that would be watching this, if you've seen the enemies, a lot of them tend to look different, but they all have the same type, like species. For instance, the grunts, the little pinhead guys, and the jackals, the ones with the shields that you just saw my friend Kyle just pop. They all have their own different, like, appeal and different armor and stuff like that, and that is due to their actual, like, ranking in the Covenant structure. So for instance, the yellow grunts that look like this is going to be your grunt minor. Any of them that are kind of like this is your major. White grunts are going to be the ultras. They've got like the most armor on them. They tend to be a little bit harder to kill. Same with like elites, jackals, stuff like that. The elites are going to be your like hierarchy type enemy. So for instance, you'll see a couple of them here. That one that we are currently trying to murder. Actually, there's two of them. Hang on. Armor lock. So, just to kind of go into a little bit of a spiel before we end this mission. Right here is going to be a zealot class. This type of class is not seen very often whatsoever. This classification, it does go into a little bit of depth later on. I think the next mission, actually. Why these are deployed. But they are more of like a high priority target type hunting squad. They usually will come out in a small pack, like you saw in the cutscene where they had 2 zealots and a field marshal. Field marshal being the highest ranking elite during this time frame, next to like your like commander of the ship and everything like that. That would be on a frigate. Obviously, as you can see from like the Carnage type stuff, you know, they don't care about civilian life or anything like that. They are here to essentially get what they want. The weapon I'm currently holding is an energy sword, one of the, I guess you would have to say, noble type weapons that the elites would use. Only like those that are worthy tend to be the ones that carry it. So your higher ranking elites will be the ones that carry it, like your generals, your zealots, sometimes ultras. You won't see it very often on minors or majors. I think they're majors. I don't really recall what they would be called in this. Or officers, that's what it is. But, yeah, this weapon is actually pretty friggin' amazing. I'll show you real quick on a demonstration. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. Hi.
I'm going to get a rocket launcher eventually.
Alright. I do have the music up a little bit, so hopefully that'll come through a little bit better for this cutscene.
A lot of talking.
Yeah.
How long?
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
Find out what she knows.
What's your name? Do you live around here? Arnevin George.
Shada.
Shada. C'est Potterosnev. Your accent sounds familiar. Chopron?
Tangari.
Friend of yours?
Father.
Sha'ainalom. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet. The body stays here.
Thank you, sir.
Signal. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. You wouldn't want to ground this place.
Barely ain't getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble 1. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble One? Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
May God help us all.
So right there off of just Colonel Holland speaking, I mean, you can kind of tell the tension between it. Humanity never really had a good stand against the Covenant in the first place. The Covenant's technology and everything like that is definitely more advanced than humanity's is. And I think you can agree with that on there, Kyle, just from, in general,
definitely.
how everything stands. At this point in time, I just kind of want to explain a little bit of something about the Spartans in general. The Spartans you are seeing in this game are all Spartan 3s. Now, they are 3rd generation Spartans. There have been 2 other generations ahead of them. First generation was not really a success. So there's nothing really talked about it there. They don't go into a lot of depth unless you read the books to kind of really know what's going on. Spartan generations for 2, or your Gen 2 Spartans, they are the ones that you're kind of more aware of, I guess, in a sense, because Master Chief is a 2nd generation Spartan. He is a Spartan 2 on that aspect, and so is George in this game, actually. He's not a Spartan 3 like the rest of the Spartans on his team are. Carter, Emil, June, Kat, and yourself are all actually 3rd generation Spartans. They are not the Spartan 2s, like Master Chief and George. So with them being kind of like the older generation, they kind of are more aware, more augmented differently than the third. The third were more or less made so that way they could still have the augmentations, but they aren't as powerful, and it's not something that was as risky for the humans to do the augmentations. I'll go in a little bit more depth on the Spartan history later on down the line when we're actually playing as Chief and everything to kind of give you more of a background on him. But seeing as we're playing Reach, we're going to try to stick to Reach topics at this point in time. Main reason why I brought up the Spartans in general is just because with Spartan 3s, they kind of started to make them more. They were kind of more, I guess, mass-produced, but they're still kind of hidden in a way, at least through the games. The books are a little bit of a different story. Reach itself is a whole different story in comparison. This just kind of gives you a whole different ordeal. The book, The Fall of Reach, is a wonderful read. If you like reading and stuff like that and you get interested in Halo, I definitely recommend it. And I'm sure my friend Kyle here would definitely recommend that read as well.
Yep, or even if you have like long car rides or something to and from work, I like to listen to them via audiobook.
Yes.
So much easier.
Yes, 100%. And especially just having somebody reading that to you just kind of makes it a little nicer just to listen to. So I can agree with you on that 100%. We'll go ahead and continue this, and we'll see what we got going on here. Next mission, Oni Sword Base.
Cutscene.
I know. Hopefully the music's coming in a little bit better here. I'm not really able to check that at the moment, but that's alright. We'll go through it later.
Advised Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3-4, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by to receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been, for the moment, prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful. However, current defensive forces are insufficient. ONI has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George, Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
Cat, 6. Push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Bring your strike team.
Don't forget, leave, otherwise the ship's gonna get you.
Spartans, hostiles north.
Let's knock some heads, Lieutenant.
So, current objective is to secure Sword Base. Sword Base being one of the locations that was has like highly sensitive information here, so that's why they deployed the Spartan group, us, the team. Honestly, the background of everything that's at Sword Base is more or less just because of the group that it is. It's only, they're definitely more of like a shade group behind everything. Kind of like, what would I say? It's kind of like our CIA type thing. That's what I would probably explain.
James Bondish.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going like triple layer of info
I just
here.
Got like a shit shot right now.
Oh no, he's such a better shot, or I'm such a better shot than him. Yeah, how did that work for you?
Pretty well, because I'm pretty sure I got more kills than you right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah, really.
Does that include me?
Yeah, it does.
Head for the main gate to the east. I'll brief you as you go.
Go ahead, Mr. Aim.
Target locator. Any artillery support in the area?
It's a great weapon.
Limited, but we'll prioritize whatever you need, ma'am.
It's one of the greatest things ever invented.
3 Echo 5-7, headed back to base. But we've got enemy tangos on our 6. How copy?
Oh, that's coming for me. Let me give it a second. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get 2 shots off unless we want to drop onto it.
I can take care of the other one.
Okay, I'll take care of the turret for you. Shouldn't have to worry about him. Should be able to run up to it. My shields are cracked. Oh, I got him right in the foot. Did you grab your rocket? Yeah, you did. You watch yourself. I can take you out from a mile. Or further, because technically this thing can reach a hell of a lot further. But that's besides the point.
I can just let you drive and take yourself out.
Alright, bet. Let me drive.
No, I don't want to die.
let me drive. Let me drive. We'll do this. See how it goes.
Farragut station has its own comms array.
Get in, troop.
That should bring us back on
There we go.
command.
We're going for the gun first.
Airview base has an anti-air battery that will help clear the skies.
See how bad my driving is this time.
You're gonna air the top of it, right?
Yeah, I can. We don't need to worry about them. Anything that gets close, kill it.
Affirmative. Go on the shoot. Over.
Alright. I love how Cat's already here.
Right.
Nothing whatsoever. Okay. That's empty right now. I'm gonna need a different weapon because this thing's empty.
There's a lot of BRs up here and around there.
Yeah. Just kind of explaining what we were doing here because my buddy Kyle went and pressed the button, and that is A-okay. We came here to activate this lovely turret to destroy the enemy ships and stuff like that. Main reason we came up here is because the nice little button's right in that corner, and we're getting shot at by... You got any plasmas? Oh, never mind, you're dead.
I had the plasma launcher in my hand, and
another wonderful addition of a weapon. Plasma launcher. It's basically a plasma grenade launcher itself. It can heatsink onto targets. So see right here real quick. You can charge up to 4 of them. I'm counting that as a kill.
Good to see you, sirs.
Nice work, Spartans. Head
Found
to
it.
Farragut Station and get that comms array up and running.
He got his rocket. I don't want that
Spartans,
one.
this is Sword
We're gonna take the new
Control.
one.
Thought you could use some mobile firepower.
Cat blew that one up.
Little bit. Little bit. I'll let you drive. That's
Oh, that's
fine.
right. Okay. I'll let you in. Hurry up.
He's taking too long. He's taking too long. Yeah, we know, Cat. We're going. It's only so fast these things can carry us.
Alright. I know there's this guy down here, and I don't feel like dealing with him.
Murdered. So what we're currently driving, if you didn't notice, it is a Warthog, one of the more iconic vehicles in Halo. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you've seen something Halo related, odds are you've most likely seen a Warthog involved. Now, this is definitely one of those vehicles that is seen pretty much everywhere. For those of you who haven't played any of the Halo games, I definitely recommend playing them, or even just watching videos on them to know exactly what's going on, because these games are actually phenomenal. They aged pretty well, in all honesty. I think that they are probably some of the better games, especially for the fact that, you know, this game in general, I believe, really kickstarted a lot of just gaming in general. I really do believe that. I think this is one of those iconic and well put together games. Unfortunately, 5 was kind of a flop for the campaign and everything like that when it came down to it. I think it's because 343 was really focused on what's it called, multiplayer. But I digress. They were everybody was really on the whole loot box and everything, and that was in that system, and just wasn't great.
You know what? We didn't do this, but maybe we should, depending on what you think, in future, if you want to look at the pads. I just thought about it because I'm looking at one.
Oh, the data pads?
Yeah.
Maybe like future videos? I don't think we really need to do that for the playthroughs. I feel like that would be a little bit more time consuming than it needed to be.
Up to you. I just know you were talking a lot of lore, and
I figure I could just most likely speak it. Otherwise, I'd have to go through and, you know, leave it up there long enough for people to pause the video, read it if they want to. I mean, I can do it. I'm not thinking
the other ones might be better because they speak.
Yeah.
This one does text, so... Ow.
It's okay, we want the Goshawk anyway. Did you just...
Good work, Spartans. Return to
He ran me over.
Your team is inbound, imminent.
Okay.
I'll take the wheel. Pedal to the metal.
No, you won't. You have 3 seconds. That's what I thought. This lovely Warthog is a different rendition. It is a Gauss Warthog. A lot of people call it something else. I really don't know. This is what I'm going to call it. It's like an ionized cannon on the back of this instead of your regular turrets. They also have rocket hogs and carrier Warthogs. A lot of the time, I don't think in this game you're actually going to see the carrier Warthogs all that often. You might see them here and there, but you're really not going to drive them. Unlike in Halo 3, I believe, is the main one that actually has them you can drive during the campaign. Do we want to bring this in?
Up to you. You're better at that than I am.
Alright, get in the gun.
We're stalled in the tower atrium. Cat, where are you?
We're going to do a little unorthodox here. Just because I know this is going to make it a little bit more interesting for some people. You know, it's not every day you get to watch Warthog get into the sword base and actually make it in. Except when you don't actually make it in. Come on. Come on. You know you wanna. There you go. Now normally we would have gotten out and started fighting on the, you know, gun type thing. In this case scenario, I said screw that noise. Got in a Warthog. Slipped it in and now we have a Gauss cannon to take care of all of our lovely enemies. Ow. Oh, we're in danger.
No, we're not. We're fine.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect him to survive the first rocket launcher.
Man says, no, we're not. We're fine.
Let's get to the atrium.
I didn't expect him to survive the rocket.
No one expects him to survive the rocket.
Elevator, Lieutenant. Take it.
You know, I'm kind of surprised I've kept this sniper the whole game. I picked this up in the beginning. I've got 19 rounds, so I mean, I'm... Ah, yes. Game physics. Going up elevator means we can float.
Where's our orbital support?
There we go.
Got to be
Look at him.
4 platforms
Look at him.
to take it out with a single Mac round.
So essentially we are back at Sword Base rather than on the outskirts like we were driving around before. This time we're actually clearing out the base from what ground forces are inside. Ooh. Damn, June. Alright. See you. If you haven't noticed already, infantry, stuff like that, any sort of troops that the Covenant has or we have definitely can be carrying different types of weapons. Common weapons tend to be plasma pistols, plasma rifles for the Covenant, needlers, stuff like that. Whereas Marines are more assault rifles, magnums, DMRs. Occasionally you'll see one with like a shotgun, rocket launcher, anything along those lines. But definitely got different weapons all around.
Get to the top floor and assist Emil.
You know, that guy took 2 bullets. That
I threw a grenade at him.
Yeah. Ooh, they got a white field marshal. Woohoo! And that... Okay. Okay, yeah, yep. And every single one of those Marines is now dead. They were massacred. Oh. He almost had my ass, too.
Oh, you're down there.
I wanted to take a look at the field marshal because I haven't actually seen a white field marshal. As many times as I played this, it's always something different, but it's never a field marshal.
That's the last of them. What the? More of them. Commander, this base won't survive another salvo from that.
This would be our field general. So just a normal general for him. Definitely a higher class. That's why you see him carrying what is the worst weapon of all time. If any of you have not seen it, just because you're watching Halo, definitely recommend watching Red vs. Blue. I feel like anybody and everybody should know what that is when you are involved in Halo. It started off as a YouTube series and turned into something absolutely magnificent. But honestly, wonderful series to watch. Absolutely hilarious. If you got some time and you feel like watching some stupid things, by all means, I recommend it. I don't know where I got under that tangent. Oh yeah, worst weapon ever of all time. Fuel rod cannon. it bounces.
Noble
If you shoot it
team,
too
long
close,
swords are
it
inbound
bounces.
and ready to push.
Is there...
Orbital defense
Oh,
is standing
check
by
it.
to take the shot.
Check it. It can bounce.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6. Get down to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat? Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
I requested your assistance, Commander, and do not need a report on events that occur on my own doorstep. What I do require is a detailed account of your previous engagement. George, it's been too long.
Mom,
What have you done with my armor?
just some additions I've made.
Indeed. Visegrad Relay. Its data center was home to one of my xenoarchaeologists, Professor Laszlo Sorvad. Perhaps you could shed some light on his death.
If he was a civilian male in his mid-60s, he died with a Covenant energy sword through his abdomen.
Elites, then.
They engaged us as well. It was just after we found your scientist daughter, Mom. She was hiding in the,
Irrelevant. The elites. Tell me more about them.
3, Zealot class. One got bias. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength, too.
I gave the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective, Commander, are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI, myself included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advanced teams to hunt down artifacts of value to their religion. Survivor account suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there. And you let them get away.
Data retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery. Latchkey. Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your Lieutenant Commander stole contains it.
Cat?
Before you ask, I was alerted the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am.
Drops the
Let's
mic.
move, noble team.
Mom?
That will be all, George.
So there, George was calling her mom. Halsey is kind of the mother of all Spartan 2s. I wouldn't necessarily say it's Spartan 3s. I don't really know on that background of it. I don't think she was the main person for Spartan 3s.
She had nothing to do with the Spartan 3s.
I figured. Spartan 2s were definitely her success. That's where she excelled. She did the first experimentation. We'll go further into that later on, not so much as in Reach, just because Reach doesn't really have a lot to do with the Spartan 2s. Being Master Chief and everything, that I can kind of explain a little bit more later on. But it is a wonderful story. Halsey definitely plays a huge factor in the fact of the Spartans in general, being the creator, basically, of Spartan 2s after, going on her own research and stuff like that, and other research that was gathered from the original Spartan 1s and the failure that was that experimentation to make super soldiers. But we'll go further into that later on when we get to those games and get to see Chief and play as the bona fide badass that he is, throughout those campaigns, and I'm sure Kyle could agree that Chief is just a magnificent being in general.
Yep.
We will be doing this in kind of like 3-part manners for the campaigns, so we're gonna do this next mission, and we'll see where it takes us, and yeah, continue on from here. I do have to say, before they even start talking, the camera angles for these cutscenes are just magnificent.
Recon Team Bravo reporting in. 3 and 6 in position. It's starting to get crowded up here, Kat.
Then we're closing in. Report to any Covenant structures or devices. Direct action may be necessary.
Copy that. When Kat runs an op, direct action is always necessary. Here, you may need these. High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards. And they ain't cheap. I'll be in touch.
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is dark to electronic surveillance.
Covenant controlled our instruments?
So it would seem. And Command wants to know what they're hiding.
Elite is yours. Do it quiet.
I forget what's all down here. Kyle don't care.
I think most of them had already been killed. The only things left were the 3 grunts.
There's a jackal.
Oh, and the jackal.
Reach did have one thing that was unique to it that you will not see throughout 1, 2, 3, and ODST, and that is going to be armor abilities. So, for instance, sprinting is an armor ability. It's not in any of those games. Halo 4 implements it automatically. They also have armor lock, hologram, active camouflage, jetpacks, a lot of different armor things to really kind of mix up how you want to do things in the game, which is really awesome, to be honest. Ooh, there's a general.
Already took out 3 in the back.
Yeah, there's one more back there. Oh, God. Got the sniper.
I think we're down to grunts now.
Yeah. I'm just keeping Overwatch just in case. So, the kind of neat thing about the armor abilities, it's more like a personal use type thing. Whereas, like, Halo 1 and I believe 2, actually. I don't recall if 2 had them in there or not. I don't think 2 actually does have the armor effects, where you can, like, pick up the active camo off the ground. I know for a fact that Halo Combat Evolved has, like, you know, you'll randomly walk in and you'll see, like, overshield sitting on the ground, and you can pick it up and it'll give you it right away. Or same with the active camouflage, and it'll last for a time period. Halo 2 didn't implement that. They kind of just removed it, and now that I'm actually thinking about it. But 3 ended up implementing equipment, and it's kind of like a similar thing. You know, they have a similar type of use where you can use, you know, a drop shield, stuff like that, gravity lifts, etc. You'll see those when we get around Halo 3. It's going to be a little while, obviously, because we've got 1 and 2 to go through before this. The reason why we're going to be playing ODST before we play 3 is because it does take place kind of in between 2 and 3, more or less towards the beginning of 2. And I'll kind of talk about that when we get closer to it. I know for a fact that I believe it's after the 3rd mission, technically is when ODST kind of kicks off. But we'll go through all of Halo 2 first, rather than jumping games, because I feel like that would be kind of confusing and hectic, especially trying to get all the time frames put together properly. But as for this game currently, you know, we're obviously doing our recon mission, in other words, where we're trying to figure out what the Covenant are up to on Reach and what we're really dealing with at the moment. Ooh, that was weird. That's a weird lag there. Getting it again. Never get that. Still more.
Where are? Oh, you're way over here.
Are you talking about me or an enemy?
No, you.
Oh. Is that an elite on the turret?
I don't know.
That's a
I already killed the turret at least once.
Come on up, buddy. I know you're an ultra.
Yeah, he stomped my face in twice. Fuck you. Thank you. Give me my sniper back too, please. Save that for the big guys.
Honestly, I don't even think we really need... Oh, I guess we can.
You just want to go buy them? That's fine.
Yeah. I want to at least show them off. We'll showcase them a little bit.
You can just go up to the left here then.
I do think this is probably one of the cooler things that they actually added in, was wildlife. In this game in particular, you know, the only wildlife that is really otherwise showcased would be, or at least first showcased, was Halo 3's rat. And how they had the rats scurrying around in the ground. But these things, they're not Covenant, they're just native to this planet. Definitely some scary-ass things if we get close to you. As you can tell, they are some ugly beings. But hey, it's still pretty cool, and they don't like anybody, because they're currently slaughtering pretty much everything in their path. Okay, that's not terrifying at all.
I didn't actually think he went this far.
I didn't either, but I just put a sniper round through his head, so...
Affirmative, Recon Bravo. It's an indigenous creature called Guta.
You go right, I go left?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
Wow, when's the last time I've played this part of this mission?
Right. Oh god, normally I just run through it every time we do a playthrough.
Move to assist. They may have intel we need.
Yeah, that's gonna be the hard part, is keeping them alive. Oh,
if we fail to keep them alive, can we just leave?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just don't go.
Because all of the cuts. No, I won't slaughter. But if we fail to keep them alive, it's not like it's gonna save us anything.
True.
More birds.
Double kill. Love being Overwatch.
What are you doing here? Whole area is supposed to be evacuated.
Here, I'd rather switch with you, so.
Didn't like leaving it to someone else to protect our home.
I'd rather have the DMR.
For this.
You're good.
We have them hidden all
You
over.
can take
ammo do you have?
the sniper. 60.
Okay, I was gonna say.
You gonna arrest me?
No, it's just like you can get the sniper ammo.
Yeah, I did grab it already. we're gonna trade this.
I know.
Another dropship coming in.
Got me a shotgun. Shotgun, damn it. Another cool ability, or armor ability, I did pick it up. It's going to be drop shield. Unfortunately, I don't get to showcase it on Kyle, but I'll showcase it on myself. It's a little shield, bubble shield, that if you sit inside of it and your like HP's low rather than just your shield, as you can see on the top indicator, I've got my nice blue shield and looks like I got blue health. That will decrease as you take damage. If you hadn't noticed throughout the playthrough, whenever I've taken some serious damage or died, for that matter. But the drop shield can actually regenerate as if you picked up a med kit. It's something that's very useful. Oh, okay. Got him. Cool thing about plasma grenades is they can stick to the enemies. If you hadn't noticed me chucking them at them. I'm gonna grab sniper ammo before we dip. There's any left over. Oh, there's still other enemies. I forgot about them.
Yeah, there's one more.
Doesn't this drop hunters?
No. It's the next section.
I thought one of them dropped hunters.
No. Okay, you can go away now, ship.
Right. Woohoo! You almost stuck me.
Nothing here but that lake.
Road leads to a hydroelectric plant, but the gate doesn't work.
Alternate route?
We use the riverbed to smuggle rations, weapons.
Basically anything the UNSC considers contraband.
Basically.
Show us.
I don't have sprint, so I can't actually check that spot. No, it's a data pad anyway, isn't it? It's not a skull.
The one up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a data pad.
I forgot.
There are no skulls in this one. They're all data pads.
1, 2, 3.
Hold up. Copy dropship. Take cover.
They're an ODST.
No.
ODST's all those storage terminals.
ODSTs is the journals.
Yeah.
That one's going to be interesting. Which one are you going to do with that? Because we can only do that in one playthrough, remember?
Cat, are you seeing this?
That could be a separate video, though.
True.
Kind of a big
Could do that at like a lower difficulty too. Just so that way people can get that second story and see like a different turn.
Negative. Stick a remote dead charge.
It's definitely
Command is planning something big.
definitely
They
unique.
say that pylon dies at dawn.
Stab that poor grunt in the eye. Snapped his neck. I'm gonna go up the pylon.
Yes.
Wow, they were on me quick. Dude, holy crap. Yeah. Thank you. 4th shot. Holy crap.
Other part of this mission, I can't tell you how long it's been since I've done.
I don't have another long-range weapon. That ultra back there is one shot. The shield's probably gonna come back up before I can actually get him. Run at him with the shotgun.
All clear, 6. This is gonna take a minute. Keep your eyes peeled.
Don't they drop spec ops in this area too?
Mm-hmm.
Thought so. There is still an ultra elite over there. Just be aware of that.
No, look at that. There is.
I'm gonna try to go take care of the hunters.
Don't.
Slaughtered.
Not bad. Hold on. Out of rocket launcher.
Oh, okay. The one thing I didn't want to happen, and it happened.
Did you respawn? Okay.
Yeah. Hunters are the
One's done. Yep.
tankiest assholes in this game. Where is he?
I don't know. That's what
There
I was
he is.
wondering too. Oh, he's invisible. That's right.
Yep, spec ops. Again, this kind of goes back to the whole classification of the Covenant. You know, they got different types of enemies that you verse, and spec ops would definitely be that classification of, you know, they go invisible, they get behind you, and they will massacre you if you do not pay attention. They do tend to have worse shield strength, though, just due to the fact that they are running active camouflage, which is nice. A lot of the time, if they are running, you know, if they're normal elites, they're going to have a little bit stronger. Damn, that was a Commando Pro lunge. Holy crap.
Alright, they're still bad guys.
There was a couple spec ops that I was taking care of.
I'm just sitting here pretending.
Oh, yes, yes. Another thing, and this is only in this game from what I'm aware of. You can drive forklifts. That's why Noble 6 is, you know, great, because he's forklift certified. And Tonka truck certified. I don't have a sniper to deal with these things. Not yet, at least, because I'm about to get one. Give me this one.
I shot the first one out of it.
Okay. Just trying not to get murdered.
Wow.
Got him. I'm gonna keep an eye on that if you want to push up. And maybe don't hurt yourself in the process. What? I mean, no, dude, you keep doing you. Just keep that the fuck away from me.
Oh, did I not pull that thing up yet?
You can tell shotguns have a certain range as to where they can actually, you know, deal damage. Waiting for somebody to go near that.
There you are.
Ow.
Yeah, he's a bastard. Oh, fuck you. It's actually okay. I'd rather have you in there.
Right. My HP was not in a healthy area. Got in and got right back out. There is an Elite Ultra down there. Come on. Sit still for just a second. Give me your head. Oh, screw it. Got a shotgun for a reason.
Solid copy. Don't stop now.
Oh, no, you don't get to learn.
I'll let you activate it.
Oh, his back's not breaking off. Wanted to show the methane tank break off. Oh yeah, they don't breathe air. Grunts, that is. Everybody else does. Grunts like to be unique. Cannon fodder.
Jackpot. Transmitting visual. You've seen this, Cat?
Confirmed. Receiving Nova 3 and Nova 6 live visual of a Covenant strike force.
It's no strike force. It's an invading army. If we're gonna smother this thing, we need to go in hard and fast.
Agreed. All recon teams disengage and fall back. Sun will be up in a few hours, and it's going to be a very busy day.
Beautiful. All right. That does conclude mission number 3, Nightfall. I do think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do this in smaller portions here. Like I said, I'm going to try to make these 3 parts per campaign. This will be part 1 of Halo Reach's campaign and our campaign run to Infinite until it releases. I'm going to kind of drop these in increments, and hopefully I can have them all recorded until the point frame of when we can actually get to Infinite's gameplay. Other than that, on this portion of the video, Kyle may be returning for the next playthroughs. Hopefully he is with us the entire time. We may switch it up with another friend of mine named Danny. But for the most part, I believe it'll just be me and Kyle. If not, it'll also just be me. But I'm sure we can still make this as entertaining as possible and as knowledgeable as we can make it. But I do enjoy playing these games and talking about them quite often, so I've got plenty of information to share as we go through these runs. But that will conclude video 1 for Halo Reach. Other than that, you know, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, any sort of thing like that. If you want to see more content, stuff like that, by all means, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to. I just like to be able to bring out this content and share the type of information that we've got off of Halo and the experiences that we have alongside it. But other than that, it has been Nova Gaming, and you all have a wonderful rest of your whatever it is. Day, night, evening, breakfast, etc. I guess, on that note, later!